Okay, so what did we think read to self meant? What does it mean to read to self? Clayton, what did you think read to self meant?
It means that you read by yourself so then you don't get distracted.
You're going to read by yourself so you don't get distracted. What are some good rules for when we're reading to ourselves? Let's see, what are some good rules when we're reading to ourselves? Alice, can you think of a good rule for when we read to ourselves? Okay, call in a friend. Help her out. What's a good rule for when we read to ourselves? What do you think? What might be a good rule for reading to ourselves? Let's see. Connor, what might be a good rule for reading to ourselves? All right, guys, wake up. I'm going to call in one more person from the hat. You need to have an answer for me. What might be a good rule to read to self, Renzo? Let me give you an example, okay? A rule for going to the carpet is that I'm at a voice level of 0 when I have walking feet. What is a good rule for when we read to ourselves, Renzo?
I heard you say be quiet at the end, voice 0.
Having a voice level 0, so that is a good rule. We should not be talking to other people around us. What's another good rule, Landon, for when we read to ourselves?
Don't shout out loud.
Yeah, don't shout out loud. That's a good rule. Weston?
Read in your head, not out loud.
Yeah, is it okay if we kind of have a hard time reading in our head if we whisper? Yes, that's okay. So there are some rules for reading to self. These are the read to self rules, okay? So the first one is that we need to read the entire time. Should I just be sitting there staring at my book? No, I need to read the whole time. If I finish my book and I have my book bin with me, what should I do? What should I do? Axton, if I finish one book and my book bin is with me, what do I need to do? Grab another book and read that book. Should I just stop doing everything and just sit there? Should I come up to Mrs. May and say, I've read all the books in my book bin. What do I do now? What should I probably do with my books? If I've read them all, what should I probably do with them? What do you think, Layla? Read them again. The next one says stay in one spot. I am going to let you mask up and spread around the room. Now, when I say spread around the room and mask up, you should still not be sitting by anybody, right? And once everyone is seated and we're spread out, then what can we do? We can take it off, but we have to, while we walk around the room, we have to have it on, right? Okay, so you're going to stay in one spot. Once you're in a spot, do you get to move?
No.
Do you get to move around and do things?
No.
Do you get to ask me to go to the bathroom?
No.
Do you get to ask me to go get a drink?
No.
Nope, you're staying in one spot and you're reading the whole time. Now, read quietly. We already talked about that, right? Ignore distractions. If somebody comes into the room, do I stop reading and pay attention to what they're doing?
No.
If Mrs. May asks somebody to come to the back table, do I stop doing what I'm doing and pay attention to what Mrs. May is doing at the back table?
No.
Nope, I'm ignoring all of my distractions. Build stamina. So stamina means the amount of time that you can read, okay? So today we're going to start with 5 minutes. I'm going to set a timer on the smartboard, and when it goes off, you're done reading. If you start talking or you stop reading, I reset the timer and we start over. Questions? Because we're building stamina. We want to see how long we can read. And the next one is use expression. So, when Mrs. May reads stories to you, what are some things we notice about how I read them? Did anybody notice anything, Landon?
You change, every camera you change your voice.
I change my voice, If I were to read the sentence that said the dog was sad, and I read the dog was sad, is that very interesting to listen to? What if I said the dog was sad? Isn't that more interesting? That's called reading with expression, okay? Or if you see an exclamation point, how should our voice change? What should we do? If it said the dog was sad, exclamation point, what should we do, Weston?
Be excited.
Maybe be excited. The dog was sad. Okay. All right. Any questions about reading to self? Okay, I'm going to leave this poster up here. Your job today is to read to self for 5 minutes. And if we can't handle 5 minutes, it gets restarted until we can do 5 total minutes. Okay? And you're doing the same thing here at school as Marissa's doing at home. Okay? All right.